Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? So, how was your day today? What did you do? Right, do give me a comment. Do you write it in the comment section that what were you up to today? And did you revise the words yesterday or not? So, today I'm back with another 10 words, and I'm really trying to stick to the 10 words a day theory that I have created right now for ourselves. And uh, I must say it's a little difficult given a hectic schedule I have. I'm a little tired as well, but yeah, I'm trying to stick to what I said to us before. So without further ado, let's get into learning 10 more words of the day. This is again from the Barron's GRE, so I will explain it to you as we move on. Okay, I hope you're able to see it. So the first word of the day is abysmal. ABYSMAL. So what does abysmal means? The abysmal, it means very bad. Abysmal, like abysmal performance or abysmal behavior, to say it like this. Then the example that I see it in the Barron book is the abysmal failure of the free market system in Russia has led some people to argue that the planned economy of the Soviet Union, while not perfect, was better suited to Russia's history and culture than Western style capitalism. So, terms from the art sciences and social sciences, like what I am trying to explain you right now is the terms that I used while talking about the example sentence. So, free market, what does that mean? An economic market in which the demand and supply of goods and services is either not regulated or is slightly regulated. So, that is basically the concept of a free market, like everything is regulated through the phenomenon of demand and supply. Then there is another concept that we spoke about in the sentence was planned economy. Now, why I'm trying to explain you everything that we spoke about in the sentences, because when you are trying to write essays, during the examination, or you're trying to make sentences, learning everything about each and every word phrase that we are going through will give you ideas, will give you um, better ideas and ways to express your sentences in a clearer way. Well, going ahead, planned economy. What does planned economy means? It means an economic system in which the production, allocation, and consumption of goods and services is planned in advance. Another term for planned economy is command economy. So beautiful words, like, right? You are able to understand now so many things out of just one sentence that we are reading here in Barron, right? So next word is capitalism, an economic and political system in which a country's industry and trade are controlled by private owners rather than the government. So this is capitalism. So now if I ask you the examples of few countries which are capitalist, or the examples of few countries which are socialist, you can maybe give it better, because now you understand the meaning of these words. So going ahead to the second word of the day, it is accretion. ACCRETION. So what does accretion means? Growth in size or increase in amount. Now, the example sentences: in the 1960s, the American geophysicist Harry Hess conceived the idea of sea floor spreading. a process in which the new crust in the ocean is continually generated by igneous processes at the crests of the mid-oceanic ridges, causing a steady accretion of the crust. Now, a couple of words that were used in this sentence. So, accretion is like growth in size or increase in amount, right? So, like basically in this sentence, they are trying to make us understand that the ocean is continually generated by igneous processes at the crests of the mid-oceanic ridges, causing a steady accretion of the crust. So, like the steady accretion of the crust, that is steady growth in size of the crust, and basically increase in amount, you know. So now the terms from the art sciences and social sciences that were used in this example sentences were: geophysicist, one who specializes in the physics of the earth and its environment. Now number two, second word was igneous. What does igneous means? In geology, relating to the formation of rocks by solidification from a molten state. The word igneous is from Latin ignis, fire. So you are able to understand so many things right now by reading this just one sentence. So you understood the meaning of geophysicist, the one who specializes in physics of the earth and environment, and the meaning of igneous, relating to the formation of rocks by solidification from a molten state. And you also learn the Latin root word for igneous, which is ignis, which means fire. So what does accretion means? Growth in size or increase in amount. Next we go to our third word, which is, and once again the pages of my books have moved. Okay, let me go back. Okay, now we're at the right place at the right time. So the best way to learn it with me is to fetch a notebook for yourself, the old school way, and start writing the way I am and start understanding the way I am explaining it to you, or maybe in your own, way, in whichever way you would want to understand. But try to start writing one word understanding for each and every word we are discussing it today. It will help you remember a lot of words at the end of the month, and who knows, you might be the lucky winner in the quiz. Okay, next word is accrue. ACCRUE. So accrue means what? You accrue something, you accumulate something. That is, you grow by additions. Like maybe you are accruing set of pens, maybe, like you're adding one pen, then you're adding accruing second pen, third, fourth, fifth. Like these are not exactly similar pens, but yeah, you got my point. So So it is to accumulate, that is, grow by additions. Now the example sentence for this is: regulating the growth of large companies when they begin to become monopolistic is a difficult task for government in a capitalistic country. If it limits monopolies too much, the nation's firms could become less competitive than foreign companies that enjoy the advantages accruing from greater monopolies. So, you understand? Now we are going to uh, read the terms that were used in the sentence. You understand the word monopolistic, having exclusive control over a commercial activity. Like somebody having, like, there are these big organizations and they are monopolistic, like they are all in all themselves. They, like, big organizations like Procter and Gamble, or maybe HUL, or maybe some other organization like Tata. So they make so many things. like almost everything from salt to soap. So basically, they accrue their wealth, that is, they accumulate their wealth by being monopolistic in nature. That is another sentence that I'm giving you right now. But if you read the sentence that is here, it also gives you a very good information as well. Like regulating the growth of large companies when they begin to become monopolistic is a difficult task for government in a capitalist country, because the model of a capitalist country is such that everybody is allowed to become rich, and I mean, per se, yeah, and like they're allowed to work for themselves, and with, I mean, it's a different concept altogether, part of economics, which I can explain it to you when we touch base on that. So, and it says, if it limits monopolies too much, the nation's firms could become less competitive than foreign companies that enjoy the advantages accruing from greater monopolies. Right? So there are advantages. Uh, Now I have to read it again and explain it to you, because it's a long sentence, and it's a very good informative sentence as well. If regulating the growth of large companies when they begin to become monopolistic is a difficult task for government in a capitalist country. You understood till this point. If it limits monopolies too much, that is, if the government limits monopolies too much, the nation's firms could become less competitive than foreign companies. Like if the government starts curbing each and every phenomena of a monopolistic environment of a certain country, then they will start becoming less competitive. Um, and then the foreign companies that enjoy the advantages of being a monopolistic company accruing from greater monopolies. Because when you would want to work hard, when you know that you have the liberty of doing this as well, that as well, this as well, that as well, you know what I mean. So yeah, but if you curb somebody being ambitious or somebody's growth, then obviously somebody who is not having the same kind of um, apprehensions in terms of growing, they will perform much better than you, and they will get greater opportunities. So this is what the sentence is saying, that if like for example, US is a capitalist country, and therefore there are like too many monopolistic organizations vis-a-vis a socialist country or country, right? So here the I mean, I'm trying to just explain the sentence here. I'm not trying to say anything about any country or any kind of company or organization. So if so that is how like if here the companies are ambitious, they will try to go outside the country and perform, and they will have they could scale up their operations and perform better in other country vis-a-vis the organizations that are already there in that particular country. Well, it is a concept from economics. Even if you don't know economics, maybe this sentence, reading just this sentence, will motivate you to drill into it and learn a little more about it. So next is adamant. So the next word is adamant. ADAMANT. So adamant means uncompromising, unyielding. Like we say that, why are you so adamant on doing this thing or on not doing this thing? Like you're basically not yielding yourself, or you're not just letting it go. So the sentence here is, despite widespread opposition to his plan, the political party's leader is adamant that the party must move to the center to appeal to moderate voters. Okay, so it's very easy. So next is adjunct. Fifth word is ADJUNCT, adjunct. So adjunct means something added, attached, or joined. Like we have additional adjunct professors in the universities, like they are not on full payroll, like, and they're not full-time professors, so they are called as adjunct professors. So they're like something additional to what, to the number of professors that are already in the college, right? So okay, so something added, attached, or joined. Like, so the example sentences: speed walking, cross country running, and marathons are normally regarded as adjuncts of track and field athletics, since races in these sports are not normally held on a track. So yeah, like in addition to, you got my point. Okay. Now next is admonish. So how do we spell that? ADMONISH. So admonish. It again moved. Give me a second. Admonish means to caution or reprimand. Like the judge admonished the jury to discount testimony that had been ruled inadmissible. So basically, the judge cautioned the jury that you have to basically not take the uh, testimony of a person who was inadmissible, wasn't acceptable or wasn't there. So basically, admonished is to caution or reprimand. Next word is adulterate. 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 Adulterate means to corrupt or making impure. Like sometimes the chemicals are adulterated with something which is not a part of the chemical originally, and say the water is adulterated with some kind of dust or sand particles. Basically, it's made impure, kind of, it corrupted, you know. Next, so we would read the sentence that is here given in the book. The unscrupulous company sells an adulterated version of the drug and doesn't inform consumers that they are getting a less efficacious drug than they think they are getting. So you got my point, right? Next is aesthetic. Number 8 is aesthetic. AESTHETIC. So it is relating to beauty or art. So members of the English aesthetic movement, such as Oscar Wilde, were proponents of the doctrine of art for art's sake, which is the belief that art cannot and should not be useful for any purpose other than that of creating beauty. So this is a viewpoint of English aesthetic movement, the Society of English Aesthetic Movement, and Oscar Wilde per se is a part of that society. As per the sentence, I have no idea about. Okay, so basically they are saying that anything related to beauty should be a part of members of the English aesthetic movement, such as Oscar Wilde, were proponents of the doctrine of art for art's sake. So it's basically art should be taken as art and should not be monetized. So that is a viewpoint that is set here, but we are not talking about that. We are trying to learn what does aesthetic mean. AESTHETIC, and it means relating to beauty or art. Now, next is the word affected. Number 9. AFFECTED. Affected. So it means pretentious, phony. So the sentence that is here is, it has been argued that the emphasis on so-called proper English leads to unnatural and affected speech. So yeah, so you understand, like pretentious, phony. The okay. Now next word is affinity. Oh, this is the last word of the day. Affinity. AFFINITY. That is fondness, liking, similarity. So the sentence is, the female students in the class felt an affinity for the ancient Greek playwright Euripides because he sympathized with women slaves and other despised members of his society. So you understand, like affinity. I have an affinity towards my sister. I have an affinity, like a liking towards my brother, you know, towards my friends. So it's like a fondness for them, right? So today we have completed 10 words again. The first word is abysmal. So abysmal means very bad. Then is accretion, growth in size or increase in amount. Next is accrue, to accumulate, grow by additions. Then is adamant, uncompromising, unyielding. Next is adjunct, something added, attached, or joined. Next is admonish, that is to caution or reprimand. Next is adulterate, to corrupt or make impure. Next is aesthetic, relating to beauty or art. Next is affected, that is pretentious or phony. Next is affinity, fondness, liking, similarity. So if you pick up your the Barron book for GRE, you will see that there are review questions, that is like match the correct word with the correct sentence. Then there are fill in the blanks, and one more passage about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense of that particular word in a sentence. So maybe while we are doing it live, you can go back, look at these 10 words again, the meaning of it, the examples, and also do those exercises. Like those are small exercises. It'll help you remember. And there is this concept of active protocol. I don't know how much, and I'm sure kind of, I think it's being talked about a lot these days. So if you do these exercises, it's like basically questioning yourself on the material, and that will help you remember the word better and for longer period of time. I might be sounding a little tired, but that's okay. I really want to stick to 10 words a day theme that we are doing it right now, and so that we are able to complete 300 words per month for GRE, and we are, you know, in a good position. And if time permits, we'll make it 20 words per day. And do let me know if you want it that way, and if you want to learn more in quicker, and that works for me as well. So let me know, what did you do today? How are you preparing? If you're doing your Barron's exercises with me, and if this is helpful, and if you would want 20 words per day, that will make it like 600 words per month that we can complete this way. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for learning with me. And do join my study with me sessions, live sessions, and study with me. Anything that you're preparing, reading, or even watching a movie, you can be a part of the group, study with me, live stream group, and study with us. So yeah, till now, good night. See you again tomorrow. Study well. Bye.